Every year around springtime in the sacred city of El Tajin on the east coast of Veracruz, the Cumbre Tajin festival gathers large crowds. It's one of Mexico's biggest cultural and musical events, attracting thousands of people. This event mainly focuses on preserving Mexico's various cultural identities and also an encounter with the Totonacan people, who are the guardian protectors of that region and its cultural riches.
Yeah, they are.
Before setting foot on the Mexican soil, the tribe transmitted
some dope? Oh, no.
Before setting foot on the Mexican soil, the tribe transited from Paris to Frankfurt. In the waiting hall before taking the flight to Mexico, two other travelers recognized the band and came to introduce themselves. They were trekkers and mountain guides and had settled in the Chiapas Mountains. They described with enthusiasm their magic impressions of their trip to the Chiapas Mountains and pre-Columbian heritage. The Oaxacan landscapes were amazing and the simplicity of life with the Huicholes were unforgettable. After their arrival, the tribe settled for the night in a hotel downtown Mexico City and the next morning jumped on a small Aeromexico jet to Puerto Cruz where a lift brought them to the festival. The massive size of the event was a surprise for everyone in the band. Each area was filled with native colors, ethnic designs, and authentic people. The whole perimeter of the festival was divided into separate stages or spaces called nichos. Indigenous Art Center, Nicho de la Tierra, Ethnic Voices area, Purification area, Native Games and Sports, and even a Rhythmorama floor with Nyabinge beats. That first day, the band unloaded the music material in the Nicho de la Música backstage, where many artists were preparing to play on the massive main stage. The tribe then made a move to the Namaste tent to meet up with their crew. They come every year from Ibiza to Cumbre Tajin with half a ton of equipment and decoration to recreate the magic Namaste atmosphere that has realmed over Las Dalias every summer for the past 10 years. At their arrival in the Namaste tent, the band was welcomed by Alok and Jean-Michel.
Ah, finally! After all these years! The dream of bringing you guys over to play in Mexico has now become a reality. We are all thrilled that you made it. Now let's go to the Totonacan healing area to pay respect to our spiritual hosts.
The tribe followed Jean-Michel and Alok past an entrance where two women welcomed each visitor with their swinging incense pots. Hashen! Hello in Totonacan, they said. Behind the entrance, a whole area was filled with healers, sacred shrines, medicine people, and Temazcal tents, which are sweat lodges. Each member of the tribe was discovering a whole new world. The native cultures were well represented here. Their vision is that of a harmony with the forces of nature. That's what the tribe is trying to learn and spread out through natural trance music. The tribe gathered up and sat around the sacred fire with some Totonacas. Jean-Michel, who by now was acquainted with local traditions, gave us an element to offer to the fire. This area was like another dimension, linked to a massive festival taking place on the other side of its protecting walls. On the way to the other side of the festival, Greg and Seb passed by a Huichol leader.
Leader.
Leader?
Dealer.
I don't care, I sell t-shirt. You think I ask you if your mom, she's Christian, is that? I don't care, I'm selling shoes and t-shirt. You buy, you don't buy.
$40.
אבל אתה לא כתר ציכי
Avi, you're $40.
Go see your sister. After lunch, the weather was hot and the sun was blazing. The tribe chilled out in the Namaste backstage tent with the relaxing sounds of the various world music artists performing on stage. At nightfall, it was Hilight Tribe's turn to animate the full-on Mexican crowd with their world trance set. As various themes from the four corners of the tribal world were played, the crowd gradually got up and started dancing full power. The set lasted 2 hours and also included some special psychedelic tribal rhythms. At the end of the gig, Jean-Michel came on stage to salute the band and announce the next night's performance on the Nicho de la Música mega stage. The crowd cheered back and whistled with their arms waving in the air. The next morning, the crew got up early for sound check on the big stage. The tribe's challenge would be to play in first part of Veracruz's most famous band, Café Tacuba. The festival was expecting its highest peak of visitors that day, which by the end of the afternoon attained 100,000 people. Nighttime took over and the tribe was in the backstage while some Mexican musicians in traditional costumes introduced them to their amazing horse jaguero.
The horse jaguero has a special golpe. You can scrape the stick on the teeth to obtain a loud guiro sound, and by pounding it, you obtain loud clapping sound. That's why we choose the horse skull.
At that same time, on the big stage, a tribal act was taking place, linking Aztec decorations and costumes with ethnic instruments and electronica. A wink of an eye later, the tribe was on stage and ready to play. Before the concert started, there were approximately 30,000 people on the dance floor. The tribe ignited their set with a tribal song which lit up the fire. Next tracks were Voyage in the upcoming Translucid album, filled with psytrance riffs and breaks which revealed to be a boost for the Mexican dancers. In this magic atmosphere of sophisticated lightworks and sound systems, the tribe played for 90 minutes with a very warm feedback from the audience. The tribe was tripping on how the whole process was taking place. It was their first time in Mexico, and yet their message was already blasting through the medias. The team enjoyed that now moment, knowing that the next day they had to leave this beautiful region and go back to old Europe, where their new album and 2008 tour was awaiting. Nevertheless, they promised to come back soon and blast again. You up, mini boss?
I have a band.
You have a band?
I have a band. I have a band. Nice band. You come and see my band.
Movie.
Why you don't like my band?
You come to my band? I invite you. Turn around. A mystic Leader.
Leader, I don't care, I sell t-shirt. You think I ask you if your mom, she's Christian, is that? I don't care, I'm selling shoes and t-shirt. You buy, you don't buy. I don't know what you're
Avi, you're popular. The tribe.
The tribe, already.